Thank you. So, yeah, let me introduce Spotcap to you guys. Spotcap is about reshaping SME lending. We are an innovative, sorry, that doesn't really work. 1 second. Oh, here we go. So, restart. So, Spotcap is an innovative balance sheet lender. We're providing our own institutional funds to SMEs in a very flexible manner. And we have developed over the last few years a very innovative, unique proprietary credit algorithm, which allows us to assess the so-called real-time performance of any kind of business which is requiring funding and is not well deserved by the high street banks in any jurisdiction you can imagine. And there are quite a lot of them, more than 125 million worldwide and 20 million in Europe. But the beauty is for us that most of them actually, because of all the kind of growth they are experiencing, they are actually require more funding and they don't get served by the high street banks or not adequately. And that's where Spotcap comes into the game and where we play an important role. We do that in a very flexible way, as I said before. Our clients range from a few hundred thousands to multiple million in turnover, and we serve them with up to 300,000 euros of credit from 1 month to 24 months, depending on the purpose they have. We do it unsecured, so we don't take any collateral, which means they have working capital in a way which is also required for their business operations, for paying receivables, bridging cash flows, and we charge around 1 to 2% per month. We do this as a global player. We are present in 5 markets as of today, 3 in Europe, which are Spain, Netherlands, and the United Kingdom, and 2 in Asia Pacific, which is Australia and New Zealand. And we are taking advantage of a lot of intermediaries in the market who have good connections to the SMEs, who are bringing us the respective applications and ensure very high acceptance and also conversion rates. As a business, when you come to Spotcap, you don't have to do much. It's maximum 10 minutes of application process and funding decisions within hours. You go to the website, you type in your personal and business information, you connect your accounts or you upload statements, whatever is required or you have at hand, and then your application is done, and we turn this around, as I said, in hours to give you a credit line which you can accept immediately. You can take the funds, and depending on when you do it, you might even have them on the same day. So how are we doing this? How do we ensure that we turn around the decisions in near real time or very few hours? I want to focus on 2 innovations we have built over the last few years. The first one is the so-called advanced document processing service. That's a pretty cool thing because whenever you deal with businesses, or you have to deal with paperwork, even if it's a digital one. As a business, you have financial statements, which for certain kind of applications you always need to provide. And what does that mean? It means someone needs to manually process that information, and that can take a lot of time and hassle for all parties. So we have built a service which allows to recognize the respective document, to extract it and map the data in our tools to automatically process and therefore make decisions, as I said, in near real time. That is independent of whether you have, I don't know, a language such as English, Spanish, Dutch, or whether it has a static structure or not. It's something which we have built to serve in all our existing markets and all also new markets to come. So that's a very, very cool, innovative application. The second one is a bank account algorithm with more than 200 attributes. As a business, when you come to Spotcap, you need to provide your bank account data. That's the core of the data, what we require to assess your real-time performance. Whether you connect it via an API or you upload statements, it doesn't really matter. And we have built this algorithm with more than 200 attributes, which includes semantic checks, which includes quantitative and qualitative attributes, and in the end comes up with a probability of default based on performance data which we have collected over the last years. That is again something which is very powerful for us, but also for the business, because in the end we don't require much to really look into how you performed the last weeks and months and to give you a fair credit outcome. overall, both of that, but particularly also the bank account algorithm allows us as a business also to realize very attractive unit economics. With the average APR level, what I mentioned in the earlier part of my presentation, decent funding costs we have achieved to lower them to mid-single digits, and also very low risk costs. We are actually able to generate a very attractive net interest income, and therefore good margins for the business to be profitable. And on the back of that, we have grown, coming from relatively low level in the early days to a level which is now at the moment around 220 million in credit lines we issued. We have very strong ambitions also to even cross the 300 million this year, and respectively more than 600 in 2019. And that is something we are definitely very, very proud of. Beyond our direct lending operations, we have also started to engage in partnerships with financial institutions. In today's world, and we're talking quite a lot about collaboration in fintech with the banks to basically create win-win situations. Banks do have the brand, they have the customer base, fintechs have the technology and the understanding about digital service offerings. So we have partnered with the BAWAG Group in Austria as the first country to offer same-day financing to their existing customer base and also new customers. What we have done is we have, under a lending as a service proposition, we have provided them with our full-service lending platform. We have customized it and calibrated that to their needs along the entire value chain, which you can see on the slide, from the origination to the application process, loan disbursement, and also after sales services. We have worked this very closely together with the BAWAG team and are therefore creating a win-win situation for the customers, for the bank, and for us to offer a very attractive product. That is not the first one. We have already kicked off 3 further partnerships with such financial institutions in the markets where we currently operate, and we see lots of demand here also in other markets, particularly also in Europe. And from my perspective, that's just the beginning for Spotcap and overall the fintech landscape. And yeah, that's, I think, about Spotcap and my slot. So thank you very much for your attention and have a good day.